안녕하세요. 팝송 가르쳐주는 남자. 오늘은 사이먼 앤 가펑클의 명곡이죠. The Boxer. 가사 해석은 별도의 창에서 진행했고요. 노래 연습만 하는 창으로 만들었습니다. I am just a poor both of mine. 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 Stories seldom told, though my stories seldom told, though my stories seldom told, though my stories seldom told, stories seldom told, stories seldom told. 연결하면 I am just a poor both of my stories seldom told. I have squandered my resistance. 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 For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. 네, 그러면 처음부터 여기까지 한번 가보겠습니다. I am just a fool, though my story seldom told. I have squandered my resistance. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. 너무 빠르네요. 자, 좀 늦춰서 다시 한번 가보겠습니다. I am just a fool, though my story seldom told. I have squandered my resistance. For a pocket full of numbers, such a promises. 그 다음에 이어집니다. All eyes and just still a man hears. All eyes and just not jest. All eyes and jest, 농담, 놀림 이런 거죠. jest, J-E-S-T-S. All eyes and jest, still a man hears. All eyes and jest, still a man hears. All eyes and jest, still a man hears. Still a man hears. Still a man hears. All eyes and jest, still a man hears what he wants to. 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 박자가 그렇게 됩니다. Still a man hears what he wants to hear and what he wants to hear and what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and disregards the rest. What he wants to hear and disregards the rest. When I left my home, my family. When I left my home, my family. When I left my home, my home and my home and my home and my 하면 늦어요. 자, when I left my home, my home, my home and my home, my. 네. When I left my home, my family. 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 I was no more than a boy, 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 family. I was no more than a boy. I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers. 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 In the choir of the railway. In the choir of the railways. In the choir of the railways. In the choir of a railway station running scared. In the choir of a railways. In the choir. 잠깐만요. Just a moment. In the choir of a railway. In the choir of a railway. In the choir of a railway station running scared. 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 Laying low, seeking out the poor quarters where the rat. Laying low, seeking out the, laying low. Seeking out the, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters, seeking out the poorer quarters, seeking out the poorer quarters, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters. 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 Where the ragged people go, quarters where the ragged people go, quarters where the ragged people go, quarters where the ragged people go. Quarters where the ragged people go, where the ragged people go, where the ragged people go. Quarters where the ragged people go, looking for. Quarters where the ragged people go, quarters where the ragged people go. Looking for people go, looking for people go, looking for the places only they would know. 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 People go, looking for the places only they would know. The places only they would know. Where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. Looking for the places only they would know. Looking for the places only they would know. La la la. La 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 la. 다시요. La 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 la. 아멘. 두 번째. La 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 la. 그 다음에 다음 절로 넘어갑니다. Asking only workman's wages, 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 I come, asking only workman's wages, I come, asking only workman's wages, 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 workman's wages, asking only workman's wages, I come looking, 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 wages, I come looking for a job, but I get no offer. Looking for a job, but I get no offer. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offer. But I get no offers. But I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Looking for a job, but I get no offers. Just a come on from the horse on 7th Avenue. Just a come on, just a come on, just a come on from the horse on. Just a come on from the horse on, from the horse on, from the horse on. Just a come on 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 from the horse on. 7th Avenue, 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 7th Avenue. Horse on 7th Avenue, horse on 7th Avenue, horse on 7th Avenue. Horse on 7th Avenue, horse on 7th Avenue. I do declare, I do declare, I do declare, I do declare, there were times that I was. I do declare, there were times that I was. I do declare, I do declare, I do declare, there were times that I was. Declare, there were times that I was. There were times that I was. I do declare, there were times that I was. There were times that I was. I do declare, there were times that I was. There were times that I was. There were times that I was so lonesome. There were times that I was so lonesome. There were times and I was so lonesome. There were times and I was. There were times and I was. There were times and I was. I do declare, there were times and I was so lonesome. There were times and I was so lonesome. So lonesome. There were times and I was so lonesome. So lonesome, I took some comfort there. 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 took some comfort there, took some comfort there, took some comfort there, la la la, took some comfort there, took some comfort there, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. 그 다음에 이제 간주가 딴딴 따라란 따따따 띠라다다다다다다다다다 따라 빠바바밤 이렇게 나오고요. 라일라라 라일라라 이건 잘 아시죠? 라일라라라라라라 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 라일라라 다음 절 갑니다. Then I'm laying out my winter, then I'm laying out my winter clothes and 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 wishing I was gone, clothes and wishing I was gone, winter clothes and wishing I was gone, winter clothes and wishing I was gone, winter clothes and wishing I was gone, going home, wishing I was gone, going home, wishing I was gone, going home, wishing I was gone, going home. Where the New York City winters are, where the New York입니다. Where the New York City winters are bleeding me. Where the New York City winters are, 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 bleeding me, winter song, bleeding me, winter song, bleeding me, bleeding me, leading me, leading me, going on, leading me, going on, leading me, going on. Your choice, leading me, going on, leading me, going on. In the clearing stands a boxer, in the clearing stands a boxer, in the clearing stands a boxer, in the clearing stands a boxer. And a fighter by his trade, and a fighter by his trade, and a fighter by his trade, and a fighter by his trade. And he carries the reminders, 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 and he carries the reminders. Of every globe that laid him down, of every globe that, 죄송합니다. Of every globe that laid him down, 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 cut him till he cried out. cut him till he cried out, cut him till he cried out, cut him till he cried out, cut him till he cried out. And his anger and his shame, 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 and his anger and his shame. I am leaving, 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 but the fighter still remains, 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 but the fighter still remains. Lie, 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 lie. 그 다음에 lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. 반복입니다. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. 네, 이러면서 계속 반복해서 가는 형식이 되겠습니다. 네, 가사 해석과 설명은 별도의 창에서 잘 설명해 놨습니다. 거기도 한번 갔다 오셔요. 네, 오늘도 즐거운 하루 되세요. 더 박서였습니다. 감사합니다.